that he's led a country of 4 million people to achieve the impossible. That will be the battle of these two gentlemen. Now, Cedric Musumba, of course, and Roger Ishtemi are in studio, and I want to begin with Roger Ishtemi. Briefly, what are you expecting? Of course, we are also going to run through how they got into these semi-finals. What are you expecting tonight?
I think the two gentlemen are both magicians, and we have seen Luka Modric has always been getting the better of Messi at the international level, and when these matches matter most, both at club level and at the international level. You remember at Real Madrid last season, he led Real Madrid to beat PSG's, that is Lionel Messi's club, in the Champions League. And then look at the international level for the national team. I think 2014, 2018, Modric has been with Croatia, frustrating Argentina. Now it's time for maybe Argentina to revenge on how they have been defeated by Croatia in the last few years. And I feel this moment, little moments that the two players will be very decisive, will decide whether this match will be won or which team will carry the day and maybe win the title at the end of the week. But looking at how Modric has been playing this tournament, of course, he hasn't scored goals, he hasn't delivered those assists, he has been, of course, struggling. But, you know, his absence will always be felt when he has been substituted, or rather he's not on the pitch. But when he's there, he's the person who will make everything click in the Croatian squad, because his leadership, the quality he possesses, and everything, the motivation he brings into the team. I believe maybe this is the moment that maybe we're going to see the first assist from Luka Modric or even a goal. And on the other side, Messi has been the person dragging the team into the tournament match after match. They started on the wrong foot after they lost to Saudi Arabia, but after that, I think it is just like a machine. Now he has been oiling it as the tournament progresses, and it's right now I think he has 4 goals, just one shy of top scorer Mbappe. And this particular moment is going to be historic for Messi. And between the two guys, one of them must cry tonight, because we have seen Ronaldo cry, we have seen Neymar cry, we have seen a number of players cry. So now, who between them will cry? It will all depend on how they're gonna make good use of the few chances that they'll got. Of course, here, like we have talked in the previous events, I think the space will be so limited, whereby the Guardiola, the Lovren, those guys are going to limit the spaces for Argentina, and it will be always about some magic from maybe big players, and it's going to be interesting. And I'm gonna wait to see how Guardiola is gonna to battle with Lionel Messi.
Cedric, this is not the first time they are meeting. The last time they met at the World Cup, Croatia had the best laugh, of course, defeating Argentina 3-0. They meet again.
Surely it will depend with the kind of formation each and every manager, as Shitemi say, or coaches will be deploying in this. Because remember, we have seen Croatia, and that's why even unlike in 2018, we have not really seen Luka Modric more oftenly on the score sheet. Because Croatia actually has been playing with the 2 lines of defense. Remember, Modric, Kovacic, and Brozovic coming deep, playing deep to support the defense of the likes of Lovren and Gvardiol at that particular line. And I think in the side of Argentina, we have seen a very much offensive team. They are actually out to look for goals, but very weak if it comes to their defense. And that's why actually you can as well as see Argentina conceding so many goals compared to Croatia that is facing. Now it will be a battle, to me, a battle of offense against the defensive team. And if the defense happen to manage their game, and that's my own opinion, I think if the most defensive team manage their game the same way we have seen them managing against biggest team like the likes of Brazil, they will can again come out of this particular game. And if the offensive teams fail to discover their individual brilliance in front of goals, like what you have seen Messi doing in the previous game, then again they will be bound to lose particular game. It will be a kind of tactical approach of game, and to me, it at some point might be so cagey to an essence that if it doesn't click, it can become to be so boring kind of a game to watch. But if it clicks and maybe start getting in goals, it means the most defensive team will again open up and start going to look for those goals. We have seen in most instances, Croatia actually playing like that. It sits back until it concedes, is when now it realizes it need actually to go ahead and equalize. And that's what has been happening. If Argentina happen to score Croatia, it will have and again open up their playing kind of style. It will make now Croatia effort to go ahead and try to equalize, and that will open up the game. If it doesn't score, the game will be so tight, the space will be so tight, and it might actually bring out a so boring kind of match to watch.
The interesting thing about the Croatian team, Cedric, and I think you'll agree with me on this one, is that this team doesn't panic at all, even when they concede. They take it so casual, whereby maybe they just know their moment will come, and once they concede, they just continue playing the normal thing, and then all of a sudden they get the goal. And once they equalize, then it's always theirs to lose, because they are the expert of penalty shootout, the expert of extra time, because based on their 2018 performance, I think all their knockout stages matches, they won it on penalty shootout and extra time, apart from the final which they lost to France. And it has already started happening in Qatar, whereby they have already progressed to the semi-finals in the last two knockouts via penalty shootouts, and I feel they are gaining the momentum. And you know, all of us had predicted maybe to have a South American derby in the semi-final, that is Brazil and Argentina, but that hasn't happened. No, now it will be very interesting and even sweet, or rather sweeter for Croatia if they edge out another South American team, and once they grace the final, you know, they can try to maybe amend what happened in 2018 and also in 1998, losing in the semi-final and also maybe losing the final.
And now it's tell me that you have mentioned about and
Cedric,
in your team.
We've seen the last two games that Argentina has played, they switch off late in the game. They normally play well, they will take a lead, but towards the end of the game, they switch off.
That resilience, what Shitemi has just mentioned, you know, them, it's also resilient vis-a-vis panic. To them, at the time when actually you think that they are in control of the game, they start celebrating early before the final whistle.
Yes.
And that actually has been called. And you see, that actually also comes with most of mature and experienced player who has already graced this particular stage. Unlike the Croatian who has been there before, they know how to manage the game until the last minute of the game. But the likes of Argentina,
yes,
at some point at the mid, and that's why it actually breaks their genes at the midfield. And it actually informs me the question that I wanted to pose to Eshitemi.
Yes.
Now that he has the likes of Fernandes at the midfield, they have the likes of Rodrigo, De Paul,
yes,
and McAllister. McAllister, remember, and Fernandes, they are not much experienced in that particular midfield compared to the likes of Luka Modric, Brozovic, and Kovacic.
Yes.
That's where the game will be actually controlled. If they fail to manage that particular game, even if they will be under control, and as Eshitemi has said, they are playing a team that knows how to manage their panic, they will again lose it out of nowhere, simply because they will have not gotten their control at the central park of the play.
And the final, and unlike maybe the Croatia squad that has most of the players maybe who graced the 2018 edition, you know, in the Argentina squad, you have only like 3 or 4 players that
who were in the last World
Messi,
Cup.
Acuna, and then Angel
Di Maria.
Yeah, the 3 guys.
Yes.
Those are some of the players. But when you look at the other players, those are new players who are going to face maybe Croatia for the first time or something. So of course, experience-wise, Croatia will have an edge. But now it will all be about those moments of brilliance. Who is going to take that moment of brilliance? If Messi tries to do so, then so it. But if Messi fades in this game, trust me not, Argentina will not have an edge to win, because we understand how hard fighting the Croatia squad does. They have that winning mentality. They never say die attitude, whereby they fight until the final whistle. So,
and also their bench is working for them. They have a strong bench. Remember, every player that has come from their bench has had an impact. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yes, I want us to take a short break. When we come back, the gentleman in the studio, Cedric Nsumba, Roger Seshtemi, will be telling us which players are to look out for this evening when Argentina, 2-time World Cup winners, and Croatia, finalists in 2018, collide.